Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Opus Magnum, live with light. So we're going to be testing out Fontenelle's alchemical observations. Should be fun. But we're going to wait a little bit, make sure people get here in time to see the magic happening. Flame Tusk, hello, hello, hello. Let's fix the chat, get rid of the little icon. Brilliant. So at least we know the YouTube chat is working. And unfortunately, the YouTube clone a live event thing doesn't transfer the time zone settings. So for a couple hours today, it said that it was going to be 3 hours from now. So it might be possible that people think that the stream is supposed to happen an hour after it's over. Which is unfortunate, but so it goes. Grandmaster, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Well, I'm glad it didn't throw everybody off. And yes, this is new. It's shiny, new, amazing. I don't know if it's amazing. I haven't actually tried it yet, but it looks nice, doesn't it? But the main feature of this is limited size circuit boards. And, you know, little wormholes that go from one to the next. It's really quite cool. At least from what I've seen of the previews on Twitter. Whoa! How's it going, Dragon? Good, good, Grandmaster. Good that it's going well for you. Gonna catch up. See in 2 minutes. You didn't miss anything. Almost literally nothing. So basically Space Chem. Quite possibly. Haven't actually played Space Chem. Okay. Fontenelle's alchemical observations. Forward! Given the way alchemical engineers work today, it is easy to forget that most of the important alchemical devices in history were created under the constraint of a severely limited space. Working with miniaturized production model transmutation engines is sometimes called production alchemy, and though interest in this particular approach has waned over the years, it remains an important part of the alchemical engineer's work. This is why I've endeavored here to give some examples of the alchemical machines I've encountered in situ in my travels in and around the city, specifying only reagents and products, and for which clever alchemists studying this book will prepare their own solutions. Augustine Fontenelle, A.L.D.I.A.G. So, clearly a doctor of alchemy. I'm not certain what the I.A.G. is. Ooh. Silver paint, viscous sludge, fragrant powders, and rat poison. Gotta love the rat poison. Silver paint, number 7. It's strange to recall that at one time House Juvenal's Promenade of Light was considered an impressive architectural achievement. The time is long past, of course, and many larger, far more impressive structures have been built by the houses across the city since then. Today, the Promenade of Light would not make an appearance on any serious list of our finest achievements, being as it is dominated by immense works of staggering beauty, such as the glittering dome of House Soria, or the newly restored Great Hall of the former House Fantassen. Actually, 2 minutes from now. Okay. Perhaps fearing that it might fall entirely out of favor, House Juvenal recently sought to renovate the historic promenade by repainting it with a new coat of its famous lustrous silver paint. This paint represented an improvement on the original formula, which dated back to the Imperial era and had begun to tarnish. The end result is that the Promenade of Light shines anew, and a brief visit will confirm it does retain a kind of quaint, unassuming charm of its own, especially if one has nothing better to do with one's time. Man, is that snooty. So much snoot. Oh, right, no Discord announcement. I always forget about poor old Discord. Live! We're live! Open! Dragging and rotating parts. Remember that you can press WASD while dragging parts to change their initial rotation and length. Indeed we can. Works in any puzzle, but is especially useful in the restricted space of a production model transmutation engine. Indeed. So here we are. We need to make this monstrosity via these 3 piles. So we've got iron that needs to turn into silver. Now the question becomes, what can you... Ooh, moves an atom or group of atoms to a different chamber of the transmutation engine. That's interesting. So if we make a silver like this and send it over here, would it rotate it? Like what would it do? Well, let's find out. Let's put this... here, I guess. So we'll have this here. We just want to see how it works. So let's grab this. Grab a piston. Put it on a track. So we grab the thing, we push the thing, reset, we push, right, grab, push, drop. And it does nothing. Moves an atom or group of atoms to a different chamber. Oh, I get it. I get it now. So it goes a little something like... Well, if we have this here, how are we even supposed to... Grab, push, drop. Okay. Super easy that. Right, we push it one further. And we drop it, and it goes nowhere. Okay, so let's try rotating it, see if that'll help any. That does not help at all. So we've got a source of iron, we've got a source of water, but we're trying to send bonded things. Yeah, it really does look like it needs to be assembled here. Like, this part is just to send the iron through, which seems ridiculous. Oh, we can move it. Oh, that's big. Now we might be able to get it into the right configuration. Grab, left, push, reset, grab, left, push, drop. Nope. Still doesn't go through, even though it looks like it should be able to. Yep, so it really does look like we're just going to be pushing the iron from here over here, which makes no sense at all. Like, why would you even bother? Molten iron in a jar. Totally. Well, the real problem is this. Like... Oh, okay, so we've got this one to split it apart into the two pieces, and then send each piece through. Okay, this part makes sense. So you grab it, split it, and send it through. Okay. But then once it gets here, that is not a lot of space to build this monstrosity. It might be dust, but who knows, really. So we'll need a splitter. Right, I would love to have one of the smaller spaces dedicated to just the product, but I can't send the product through the conduit. I would love to do that. 100%. I mean, this seems unnecessary. Now, the real question becomes, how do you bind this shape in such a small space? Oh, right, yeah, because that is silver, so we're going to need to use this guy. So, yeah, that is fair. We're going to need tons of iron over here. Okay, let's see if we could just rotate this somehow. Is area a metric? It doesn't look like it, but instructions is. That's interesting. Yeah, salts. Yeah. This entire thing is just no good. That's unnecessary. We can likely rotate it. into something a bit better. It's more expensive now, which is unfortunate. But it is cheaper. So, for example, we grab, we pull, plus, and drop, as opposed to somewhere along here, we grab, pull, drop. Yeah, the new game mode is really pretty cool. Right, and now we can't have this Clyde. It won't just sit there. So yeah, we could just get rid of one of these things. And simplify it a bit. Because, yeah, the metal's going to be super slow. And so we can just have one piston doing this. Lead, tin, irons. No, iron is after copper. Lead, tin, iron, copper, silver, gold. So we're gonna have to iron into here and then take the copper out and then loop it back through. Why track though? Where? Here? Where would I be able to grab it and then take it to this one and have it actually line up properly? I mean, I suppose I could put it down here. This guy here. How am I getting the salt into the conduit? They're not going to be together. So the conduit here. Seems fine. Might be able to save on instructions later, but we'll see. Yeah, the real trick is going to be over here, I think. Actually, this is going to be the real trick. This part is bonkers. Hey there, Yawn. Welcome to the stream. So, we need to be able to build this in such a way as to route the iron in here, but reroute the output back into it. So, for the moment, I'm thinking a piston on here and the iron over here. And then the output here. Because then we can shift this here and get it to here. We'll drop the copper here. We make another copper, which we can shift down, bring the other copper here, silver to the output. And so you're saying take this like that. There to here. And then keep the copper down here? Sure. Literally doing it mirrored on how you thought. So, actually, I would like to rotate this because I like doing plus. Come on now. Pull, drop, rotate, grab, push, reset, grab, plus, reset, grab, pull, drop, rotate, grab, rotate. Curse you! Restart required. Don't do that. Go away. I'm not sure if overall it'll be simpler. Does reset only count as one instruction? Unlikely. Let's see. Nope. Counts how far over it goes. Okay. Where were we? Pull, drop, rotate, grab, rotate, drop, rotate, push. Problem. So we don't want to put this one here. Okay, so that put it here. What we want to do is do push, grab, push. Release. Go back over, rotate, push, grab, pull, rotate. Drop, rotate, grab, push, drop. Yikes! Whoops. Something went wrong. Okay, did not need this push. And that makes 1 silver. That is pretty disgusting. Okay. So the question becomes, now what do we do up here? When it takes this long to make 1 silver. That is way too long. We don't necessarily need to copy it 3 times. But yes, we will. So, we need to do this better. Because this is simple, but it's not fast. So we're going to keep this. We're going to make it a... probably still needs to be a piston. But we're going to produce the copper differently. Yeah, if you push outside the box, it crashes. Okay, so actually we want 4 to go first, such that we have time to get the copper out of the way. Yeah, let's find out. crunch. Okay, so it'll exist here. Oh, right. That's a problem. This kind of technology will be a crazy place. A bit. Okay, so let's put our clock out here. Okay, so if 3 is a piston, it will already be in place. To do something fun. We don't need to drop it. Oh, it's gonna hit, isn't it? What are you doing, number 3? You are facing the wrong way because I told you to reset. Brilliant. Yeah, too much VTI would likely cause serious problems. Grab, left, drop. Okay, so with that production there, we can't just drag it from here all the way down there. Okay, so instead, we'll grab it and move it over here. That's not good either. It's faster, but it's still not fast enough. Okay, so let's clear this out, try it again. Yeah, grabbing the second copper is not what I'm concerned about. It was the speed at which we were able to move the other one. That might be interesting. But now we've got a little problem. See if we can fix the little problem. Because we need to be able to fill these quickly. But be able to take this from somewhere, keep it out of the way until it's needed. Ayo, stellated hexahedron. We're having a bit of fun here. I still like this facing this way. It's just a matter of making sure we've got things where we need them. Yeah, new types of puzzles even. Because the problem with putting it here is trying to get the iron from here to there. Which we could do with a track. Oh, I don't mind 2 arms. We're working for speed. The trouble then becomes, how do we then get a copper out of the way and a copper over here? Because you actually have to take the thing off before it'll take the irons to improve it. I don't have control over where the conduits are, though. So are you saying construct it down here? Because we can't move these. And we can't build more. So we could build the silver here and then pass it in here. And have this be the construction area. And so we'd probably have something similar to this, but there's no room for arms. And so this layout is kind of a hint. Right, but where in here are you fitting an arm and a piston? And a binder. And the ability to have something this size moving around. So you're saying like this. Like this. Okay, and I'm assuming you're putting the binder here then? Because here, impossible. You cannot make this shape from here, inside this space. So supposing we put it here, because that actually can happen. We would then have a thing shaped like this. Which means we can't put the piston here, because then it would collide with the product. We would have to put the piston here. And then the arm can't reach this. And so trying to assemble it down in this corner seems untenable. So we're going to want to create our silver down here. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it quickly. We can do it at all. At all is not a problem. I want to do it fast. Yeah, and passing the water would be annoying. And we're back to the problem of then 3 needs to be a piston to pull the copper in. Okay. So we're going to want number 3 first. And then number 2. What do you mean different maps? Like different layouts? Don't know. You've seen what I've seen. Okay, so this one repeats as is. This one drops, then pushes, grabs, and pulls. Right here, we grab with 4, pull and rotate, wait a little bit. Rotate back. Ugh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. That guy can reset, drop, push, grab, pull, push, drop. Wait a minute, why is 2 doing that? I wanted 3 to do that. Curse you, 3, and you're not doing what I wanted you to do. And that means we can do this sooner. Ah, 3, why don't you drop? Oh, we grabbed too soon. Like broken real physics? I mean, look at all this overlapping that's going on. Looks like we're doing it from the side, but for the marbles, kind of needs to be top down. You'd think, unless they had, you know, metal cores, and this is all magnetic. Okay, so we have produced 1 silver in this amount of time. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So the question becomes then, can we easily reduplicate it? So the problem is right here. So we would start from here. Start this 2 later, and start this one here. I also need to reset this guy. Oh, well, that's good. Okay, so we knew that was going to start colliding, but that's fine. Okay, so the question becomes, how do we actually assemble this godforsaken thing? Because we're going to do it 3 times. Like so. So my first inclination is to build it something like this. If possible. Such that we can build it here. Maybe? I don't know. Because you can't overlap the binder with the thing. And the biggest problem is you're going to have a heck of a time trying to rotate the final product once it's bound. So I'm thinking like that might be your best bet. Phantom building a U-shaped molecule with the arm in the center. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like building it here and then pushing it over. The only concern then is where do we put the conduits for getting everything in? And where do we actually do the binding? So like we could do the binding here. Takes a lot of time for the silver to show up, so we can do a lot of shifting around. And then we've got this here. And so we start with the water. And so we'll put this up here. Running into a little bit of a problem. How do we get it all to do what we need it to do? Because we'll want... Because the last thing's going to be silver. Clearly. But we can't put the extra... Like, put a multi-binder here without causing a boatload of other problems. Yeah, if you assume that the arms are just at different heights, you would also need to then figure that you'd have magnetic powers here. You managed it with a multi-binder? That's good. And yeah, I am thinking about working in segments. It's just how, like, which of the silvers I want to be the last one, and then I need to have it positioned such that that works, and so that would mean that this would be the final silver. Unless, of course, we build it the other way, and then we rotate it around. And so we could have it facing a different direction as soon as the last thing comes through. So we could put the water and silver bonding here, pull the salt into here, Actually, that won't be a problem at all. I am way overthinking this. Way overthinking. Come on now. Rotate. Fine, I'll just do it like this. Okay. So, the thing should exist. I don't think we can grab it here, but we'll try. Nope, does not exist yet. Okay, and then we release, turn to the right and push, and then we wait for the thing to arrive here. And then we rotate it around, and rotate once, and drop. Brilliant. Number 1, you should not be reset here. You need to go here, grab it, and hold it, and then we'll drop it eventually. Actually, we can drop it as soon as we move this guy out of the way, so we can just drop it here. Oops, didn't move it far enough. Okay, and then this guy moves to the left, goes out, and would grab it here. It's more time than I thought I had. Can we get to this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 5 instructions. That's too many. We'll wait. 1, 2, 3. Grab, right, left, drop, right, push. Ooh, 1 cycle. Oh, right. We do need to bind that other bit to it. Forgot. Multi-binder might actually be faster. Okay. Slow as heck. Okay. So we moved that out of the way. We dropped it. Then we move back to grab left. Right. Drop left. Grab, push. Done. That is way more than I wanted to use there. Arm may not leave chamber. Who did not reset? You. Reset, you jerk. There we go. Yeah, 160 cycles. My goodness. So you can easily cut this in half. I mean, granted, look at all this empty space out here. Wow. Well, I mean, the water and the salt are interchangeable. If you say I should use the salt instead of the water, I just flip the direction of all of this. I mean, it's completely symmetrical. Yeah, moving arm 5 till later will save a bit. So we move this here, and we move this to here. Should save a bit pretty easily. Wow! Transfer is really fast, but not fast enough simultaneously. Okay, so we cut it down to 323. We can still chop it in half. Actually, let's make a copy. Take another look. So, cut in half. Grab, push, grab, push, grab, push, grab, push. Now, the problem becomes right here. We run into problems. Okay, have a good one, Dragon. Push this farther this way? Possibly? So we push this part to here and move this part to here. Personally, I think it might actually be interesting if we could separate the copper production from the silver production. But I just don't think there's enough space. Okay, we're down to 308. We're now perfectly average. Okay, I have a relatively out-of-the-box idea. I don't know if it's possible, but I would love to do it. Nope, not enough space. Okay, so instead we'll have this up here. Question becoming, is there a way to get it straight from one into the other? So the question becomes, how quickly can we pass things through these chambers? Okay, so next problem becomes, if we were to try something crazy like this, how do we make it work? We need a way of getting it from here to there. Well, we could use a track. Okay, so let's do a little test. Grab, pull, left, drop. Grab, right, drop. Actually, let's have that be slightly delayed. And then number 4 would grab it here. Wait. These line up too well. Zoop. Right, we need a product to be able to play. Go. Wait a minute. What? Dogs are going crazy out there. Okay, that's what I thought. You don't have enough time, so you're gonna have to do the 2-cycle timing. Oh, can't hear the dogs? Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so we'll put arm here. We'll start that. We'll push this by 1. Start. Get that out of the way first. Which means you need to grab later. Really? Still colliding? Oh, right, because it's really slow. Let's delete 5 for now. Yeah, it's weird that it's there for colliding right away, but it isn't there for grabbing right away. 4 is not going to be ready in time, is it? Should be. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, if you have to pass it through every 3 ticks, that's not going to be good. Yeah, it is a black glyph. That is how they work. Here? Probably don't want to let go of it until, like, here. But we'll see. See how this works. Okay, we'll have something that just gets it out of the way. Okay. And always reset. Resetting is important. Yeah, can't test the final part's feasibility till you actually have the things to test. Yeah. Yep. And so, we'll want to repeat this here and this here. This here. Which means this guy's probably going to want to do something right here. And it's not going to be in position. Oh, right, we have to delay these. Brilliant. 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, which means this guy will repeat here. Oh, right, we don't want to do a true repeat. We want to do... Wait a minute. We want it to do this one. Here. Atoms colliding! In fact, a factory is very difficult to have delays with an odd number of cycles. Yeah, I believe it. And we're repeating. We need to not be repeating yet. I'm not even sure I want the water there yet. Well, very difficult. Takes up a lot of space before you unlock the blocker. I see. Okay. Well, I think we spent enough time on this particular puzzle. We'll rename this one for when we've got more time to look at it. Let's take a look at the next puzzle. Viscous sludge. This production cabinet was found running deep in the vaults of the former House Colvin, producing a kind of viscous sludge for a purpose that nobody can discern. At the time it was discovered, the machine had been running so long that the substance completely filled several chambers and nearly reached the family mausoleum. The once honorable Colvin name today brings unfortunate associations with scheming and ambition, but even the shrewdest alchemists interviewed could suggest no immediate use for this compound, causes no effect upon the body, and does not bind, lubricate, or ignite. Aside from the unpleasant odor it carries, it otherwise appears to do nothing except take up a large amount of space. If any reader recognizes the formula and would like to inform me as its potential purpose, I would be most grateful. The information will be included in a future edition. Okay, so no conduits, just earth, salt, and sludge. Wait a minute. So this duplication works even without Van Berlo's wheel. Neat. So let's test something. Oh, that's cool. There's one problem, though. Oh. It's got an odd number of Earths. It's about as annoying a thing as I can imagine. Also in the area that introduces logic, one of your solutions for each level is logicless. Nice. So yeah, alchemical engine just fits on the table, produces sludge. Okay, so we've got a way of producing the spokes, but the center is real annoying. So we're gonna have to split it somewhere and then do some really fancy binding. Yeah, the output bottle, it's waterlogged, so you can't actually read it. Just trying to picture how I can make this work. Yeah, that would 100% collide right in here. Yeah, all sorts of things got duped in the process. Well, yeah, the center is a multi-binder if you got a good central place to put it. But if you've got a good place to put it, you don't necessarily even need the multi-binder. Ooh, that'll be good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this guy a piston. We're gonna put a splitter here, and we're gonna put a binder here. Will that be good? I think that might be good. And then we'll put a track here. Come on now. Behave. Yeah, I don't like grabbing with the middle of the hand. I like grabbing with the finger, and it doesn't like it. And so, big arm there. Then we can bring the center down, like so. We're not going to be super fast on this first bit. I just want to make sure I can actually succeed. And then we'll have big arm thing there on a track. Pull, rotate. Do I even need to move it any further than that? I don't think I do. Then we'll wait. Okay, so let's make sure this does what I planned. That is not exactly what I planned. Okay, that should be far enough out of the way. We don't need to drop it because we're just going to hold on to it. Now the question will be whether or not this next one is going to collide. Oh, we can't have this moving yet. Let's start you here. Here. Curse you and your collisions. That's okay. We're just trying to succeed here. Okay, big ol' clock thing out here. We're going to do this 3 times. Okay, there's our problem. Okay, so we move it back 1 further. Will that even be enough? Just a fender bender. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Nobody panic. Yeah, there was no way that was going to be good. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to extend this by 1 in that direction. And we are going to not only pull it, but also shift it. Okay. So we're going to have to redo this one. Okay, that should get the job done. Okay. Now we just need to dump it. We should be able to rotate it 1 to the left. Yeah, rotate it 1 to the left, move it over, pull it, and dump it. And we have succeeded! Now, all we have to do is somewhere along here, bring this back over and down. Yeah, the other half will be fine. Also, I would like to write this out. Such that we can just repeat here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, rotate, rotate, another, out, and reset. I don't know if I'm gonna get there in time. Woo! Timing's off. Because this should start 1 after that. Okay. Ooh, is repeating too soon. There we go. Fifty cycles. 1/3 of the time. "18 instructions. Something tells me this mode is going to be insane to optimize. 18 instructions. Wow. Because this is not a lot of space to work with to get such awesome solutions. Like, trying to get it down to 50, I'd expect it to be much bigger than this, to be able to just throw things around all the time. Wow. That's really impressive. I'm just going to rename all of these first solutions WOW. Just because... wow. Next up, Fragrant Powder. Fragrant Powders. Anyone worthy of note has attended the Fortunatus Ball at one point or another, and few can forget the wonderful fragrances that filled each of the 3 main halls of the event. Fewer know that these scents are newly designed every year, making each ball a unique event that can never be repeated. The production engines for these fragrances are usually regarded as with utmost secrecy, but I received special permission from the Lady Clara Soria herself to reproduce a certain historic set. Many years ago, the Fortunatus Ball was crudely interrupted when Varin Ravari, head of alchemist of House Colvin, assassinated his own patriarch in a sad and ultimately fruitless attempt to gain control. Luckily, the errant alchemist was immediately apprehended and jailed. It was too late to save the heir of House Colvin. But recreating these aromas, one can almost travel back in time to relive these dramatic events. So this one has a transfer node. We've got earth and tin. Oh. Well, that's interesting. So we can generally assume we're going to have this over here and this over here. Yeah, we're just going to keep saying wow. That's all we got. Okay, now the problem becomes... how do we move this thing around? Because most likely solution is that. And then we'll have this be one of those as well. Do something like that. Yeah, the output bottles are real nice. Yeah, can't quite read them, but they say sun-dappled meadow, enchanted forest, and freshwater brook. This gives you a headache. So we're gonna need 3 outputs, like 3 places to send this stuff. Power Flash! Welcome back. You don't have an extra salt. You got 2. Well, actually, you do have an extra salt. More than likely, you make 2 of these, 2 of those, and 1 of these. Or you use this, which is pretty nasty, but effective. But man, is this tight spacing. It actually might be better if we just use an arm and spin it around, but we just can't. We have to be able to push things. Let's actually put the salty one on top. Like that. And then, so we grab, pull, right, drop. Yeah, aerosolized tin, probably not the best thing for your health. Contemplation, what's this? It looks new? It is new. It's a shiny new mode. What is wrong here? That should be a number 1. Sorry. Okay. Where we have limited space to get the job done. It is really quite frustrating because some people are really good at this mode. And, like, I'm at a loss to see how they're so good at it. Okay, so there's that. And then we need to reset. Well, actually, I could just reset. And then we do this again, but instead of going this way, we go the other way. We copy these. Leave there. There. What does the one slot do? It's a conduit from this side to that side. And it's like a standard black rune where you have to drop it in, wait, and then take it out. Okay. So, now we repeat. Yes, portal indeed. And we repeat it once more. But... actually, we probably want to repeat the first one. Yeah, in the first puzzle, there were 2 conduits, and it was a nightmare. Okay, so instead of doing that... Ooh, right. We actually want to grab the green one, take it to the left, push, and drop. Here. This can actually happen earlier now. We want to grab it here, so we can move it to there. Then we move it to the left, which changes it, and then the left one more to attach it. Then we release, right, push, grab, pull, right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, release, right, grab, push, reset. Brilliant! It's gonna be slow as all get out, but it does get the job done. Slow as all get out. So we are perfectly average with our 503 cycles. Or if there'll be a wiki of established products and reasons why. Maybe. So once again, we are over twice as long as we need to be. Too many instructions, too much money. A lot too much money. So like in through here, you got to take out all those arms. Yeah, they measure instructions instead of area because you've got a fixed area. Which is pretty cool. But man, oh man, trying to minimize some of this stuff? There's one word for that. Wow. Onward to rat poison. The fall of House Van Tassen, besides being a shocking and ignominious end to one of the oldest and most prestigious great houses, presented logistical problems far beyond anyone could imagine at the time. With the house's operations all but stopped, large stores of goods from foreign lands piled up and sat rotting in its warehouses, which soon become overrun with hordes of small, verminous creature known as the rat. These rats multiplied quickly and began to spread into neighboring areas of the city, causing all manner of problems. As part of an ongoing restoration process generously undertaken by House Soria, the rat problem was recently solved, with an excellent and most effective poison created by an enterprising young alchemist. Unfortunately, this alchemist grew too enamored with her own work and began to experiment with still more deadly poisons, to the point that she was one day found dead in her workshop, no doubt from close proximity to such potent toxins. Okay, finally, a dual-sized conduit. Yeah, death water. So most likely we're going to have something that generates from salt and then chucks the extra. So we're going to have to send it, we're going to have to split it, we're going to have to calcify it and drop it onto these, and then send the death through here as well. Problem is, if we put it here, we're not going to be able to swing it properly. Yep, never want to use that, actually. Okay, so say we calcify it here. We have a track along here. A nice long arm. And then we'll need an arm here. Going a little something like... Well, that's problematic. You need to do something like that, which is no good, so we're just going to use a piston. And yeah, conduits, more than one atom in size. Brilliant. Okay. So we grab it. Plus, 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 and drop. Yeah, pre-rotation is pretty nice. Okay, and then 3, right about here, grab, pull, plus and drop. Okay, and if we take it one further, the things we liked about Spells Chem was I remember the puzzle outputs from some puzzles started serving as inputs for later puzzles. That is pretty cool. Yeah, doing this with the level editor would be amazing. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but that would be awesome. Ah, yes. We also need to destroy curses. I always do this. I always angle it wrong. I always go, oh yeah, it's two-way, it'll be fine. No, it's never fine. Never fine. Okay, so let's actually work with this in a way that will be able to get this done. Now, the problem with this position is we'll have an arm here, which will block the salt path. So, can we do it here? Yes, but that takes up a lot of space. Some of the outputs in later puzzle service inputs in earlier puzzles? That's cool. Ooh, I see what we can do. There we are. Okay, now we just need to rearrange our brain. On how we were going to get this done with this. Also, no unwelder. That's a pretty big deal right there. Okay, so this might be able to get the job done. And then this for just getting the water. Right. This guy needed to be a piston. And then we needed another piston over here on a track. Not great, but it should be functional. What number are you? Number 2. You should be number 1. Actually, we can move plus first and then pull. Reset. 1, 2, 3. Push. No, not you. Not number 2. Number 4, which should be number 2. What if we instead have this guy facing that way and this starting right here? We only moved 2. We still push twice. Still reset. Okay, and here, 3 grabs, pushes twice, and kills it. Number 2 on its way back. Can go like this. See what this does. Aha! Brilliant! Big Schwank! Don't know why you're here. Don't know who I am, but you're here now. Welcome! I don't know who you are either, but that's fine by me. My biggest concern is that we've got a big ol' product, not a lot of space to work with. We'll likely want it facing the other way. Or will we? Because if we have it here, we'll be able to reach it with a piston. Okay, I think this will be able to get to a solution. But we're gonna need to do this second. First thing is grab, nope, don't push. Swing first. Push and drop. Okay. Now the problem is with this facing that direction, it's going to be very difficult to weld things on properly. It'll be okay. So we grab it. We rotate it. Push. Release. Grab. Push. Okay. Then it resets back, and it'll grab the death when it's ready. Brilliant. Now, when can the death be ready? Probably right on time, it seems. Wrong way around. Which means this rotation likely doesn't need to happen in that direction. We'll actually rotate 2 in the other direction. There we go. Okay. Now we don't want this to repeat yet. We want it to repeat part of it. So we take this and we repeat this part. Meanwhile, we grab this, pull, rotate, release, right, push, push, grab, pull, pull, and We don't have enough time! We never have enough time. If we rotate it there, it'll let the death come through. Problem is, we just don't have enough space. We have to delay that death coming through. We can't let it through until here. We're gonna lose some frame cycles, but we're probably way over budget as it is. Please, right, push, grab, pull, push, repeat. What? That part was working before. Ah, we grabbed too soon, apparently. What? Who didn't reset properly? You didn't reset properly. Okay, so this drop needs to happen with the other drop. You go the wrong way, dude. Grab, pull, left, drop. Ah, we just go right once. Ah, it's facing the wrong direction. There we go. Okay, it's likely way too many cycles, but it is effective. 62! Wow! 62. That's amazing. And, as always, wow. So clearly there are design features that we need to get used to when working in confined spaces. Because we're used to having all the space in the world when trying to minimize our cycles. And so we can have arms all over the place doing super quick grabs and flips and whatnot. But this, quick resets, all of that, we just don't have that here. Like, all of that time right there and right here, when we are not producing water, that is dead time that we cannot afford. So we don't have room for more arms to shorten it like we usually do. but there's got to be something. There's got to be some way of getting this part more independent from that. I'm just not entirely certain how. But that's okay. Special Amaro, Vapor of Levity, Abrasive Particles, and Eye Drops of Revelation. So we'll take a quick look at these. We're not going to read the fluff. Just want to see what they're like. Amaro to Amaro. Nani? We might need to read the fluff on this one. Oh, I see. So the idea of this one is that you break it down into its component elements and then reassemble it exactly as you started it with, and that leads to it tasting better. Because you don't have enough space for the thing and its normal self. Unless, of course, you do. Oh, this puzzle requires the product and reagent to be placed in separate chambers. That's a cool rule that you can add. I like it. Okay, that one's gonna be a little nuts. Vapor of Levity. So we've got salty air turning into air of life and death. Likely starting with the air here, separating it, and then reassembling it over here, but goodness knows. Actually, with it bound like that, you're probably just processing it into... I don't even know. That's weird. That'll be an interesting one. Abrasive particles. You're given iron, salt, and quicksilver, and you need to turn it into gold and salt. To copper to silver to gold. Okay. This one seems fairly reasonable. Not easy, but reasonable. Yeah, it's not all salt. It's quicksilver for half of it, which is why you can get to gold and 3 salt. And then Eye Drops of Revelation. 3-part puzzle, turning regular old water into death pseudo water and life pseudo water. Huh. That's really strange. Like, why this shape? You've only got one reagent. And then why a size 2 thing here? Like, I suppose you pass this part and then a pair of salts. But even then, how are you assembling that over here efficiently? Oh, an arm here to send it down there, a piston here to pull it there. But how do you get it here? And then how do you get it out? You've got two things. Like, do you process it here, then send it here for more processing, and then send it back? Like, do the life and death part and send it back? Or do you do the life and death up here? Somehow, magically. Well, I suppose you could do something like this. To process that part? But even then, this is madness. So we'll have to take another look at this one some other time. Because alas, I need to go, despite my alarm not going off. Why is my alarm not going off? Excuse me, alarm. You should have been going off. But I do need to get going. I do have rehearsal tonight. This was a nice delve into Fontenelle's alchemical observations. It is way more difficult. Way more difficult than the base game. There is a very good reason for it being after Chapter 5. Because just finding a solution that works is not strictly trivial, and then trying to make one that is actually fast. Like these ones that are half to a quarter of the speed of what we made. 62. 62. So yeah, we'll need to take another look at this some other time when we've got fresher eyes and just look for what we can do to make these faster. Because we found things that made the other stuff faster. There are likely rule of thumb sorts of things in here as well. But I do need to get going. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you in the next live stream or video of Opus Magnum or The Binding of Isaac or Dark Souls with light.